Seriously sweet. We're still muted. Okay, got to do it again, Jen. Hello. This is Amy with Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. We have a special guest with us tonight, Jen Moshier. We are so happy you're with us tonight. She's going to show us how to use moldable royal icing to make this totally adorable 3D bird, and then talk to us about the benefits and how it worked out with using cocoa butter to do the painting. Jen, welcome. I'm going to bring you on camera now. How are you?
Hey, good.
I'm
How are
excited
you?
you're here tonight and doing this testing for us. I appreciate it so
Yeah,
much. I
of
love
course.
your CookieCon elective.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
done several of your cocoa butter electives now. So if anybody is looking for an elective, you haven't signed up yet, Jen has a cocoa butter elective in Ohio, and you're painting a beautiful spring gnome. So all about that. And Jen gives great swag bags in her class too. So that's fun. And this cocoa butter test, I've been wanting to do it, but I have not had time. And I thought, who better than the master of blending and shading with cocoa butter than Jen herself? So we're going to jump right in and let you get going tonight. I
Okay,
did want to tell everybody just a couple of things real quick, if you don't mind.
not at
If
all.
you are in the B-Box class this weekend, a video is uploading right now. It should be processed and available for you as soon as our live stream is over, where we're going to talk about cookie cutters and embossing impression mat usage before baking. So you want to review that before you bake your cookies. Also, we're going to be doing an Easter collaboration. I'm looking for 15 people plus myself to make 16 total to participate in that. And Jen, I hope you'll do that as well. It's going to be so fun because all I'm going to do is tell you the colors. And
Okay.
then you're going to be able to challenge yourself to an appropriate skill level to create an Easter piece to go in the collaboration. And it'll be our banner from when the collaboration date ends. It'll be our banner on Cookie Snack Attack, and then for future promotion for Easter time, of course. So the only thing you're going to be limited by is your own imagination, because the only thing stipulation I'm giving you is the colors. So you can do a cake, you can do cupcakes, you can do cookies, you can do ice malt. You can go crazy, my friends, and have a great time with this. So message me if you're interested in that. We've had a couple people send in messages so far. I think that's it about the collaboration. I wanted to remind you about class. I also wanted to tell everyone this is the shot of the cookies, the photo of the cookies we're going to do this weekend. Now that everyone has their boxes, there is one extra box, just one, Jen. So
Nope.
one more person can get in on class by purchasing the box. It's on the website at www.seriouslysweetcupcakes.com. One box. I cannot promise you will have it before our live class this Saturday, but I can promise you it will ship first thing tomorrow morning. It's ready to go. So if anybody wants to jump in on this last minute, grab that box, okay? Jen, is there anything else coming up that we wanted to remind them about?
Cookie-a-thon.
Oh yeah, cookie-a-thon, you guys! Aren't you so excited?
I am.
That is literally the last thing on my checklist tonight. If you are an instructor participating in Cookie-a-thon, then there is one section due tonight, and I have one thing out of the 10 things left that I need to proofread because my eyes just got so tired earlier. I was like, no more, I need a break. So I'll be uploading my last thing. But if you're an instructor, please go check your text messages and your emails. I know Nancy would really appreciate it if you just get all your stuff in early. Jen is the guru of early. She is always number one. Video and all of her stuff is already all done. So, Jen, maybe you want to tell them how you accomplish that.
So I accomplished that, in every other year, I always did a sample, took a picture for her. I was like, this year I'm gonna build it and film it while I do the sample to take the picture.
Oh, nice, nice. Hey, some people want to say hello. Miss Julie,
Hello.
Miss Julie is here with us tonight. Allison, hello. Camille is here. We're happy you're with us tonight. Kathy, hello. It's good to see you. Hello, Facebook user. Nicole, shout out to you. You guys share this live stream too. What Jen's going to be doing tonight is super handy testing information for you guys to know for other things that you can put it to use with, because the cocoa butter on the moldable royal icing, we weren't really sure if it was going to work, right? Like what was it going to do? Is it going to blend? Is it going to soak in too much? But Jen has great news for us.
I don't know if it's great news.
I think does the bird look like the bird in the picture?
So yes, but the bird that I did for my cookie-a-thon birdhouse, I like way better, and I did that with dusts.
Okay, but it did work on this medium, right? Hi guys, everyone's still saying hello.
Yes.
You're not late. We're just getting started. Oh, and Jen, should I post a link for them for that bird mold?
Sure.
I was going to drop that under the video on the Seriously Sweet page, so you guys can find the link directly to the bird. Is it okay with you, Jen, if I drop an affiliate link?
No, yeah. I don't have any of that stuff.
So, okay. All right. I'll do that right now. And let me go ahead and switch this. I'm going to put you on the left so I can make you the big screen. I'll stay and just monitor comments for you. Oh, and guys, I did want to tell you, I was going to work on this cute heart that we made this morning, but it requires, remember this little guy we made in this morning's video? I'll have to do that separately for you, because running 2 cameras, whatever's going on with all the updates and things that happened today, and on my computer kept freezing trying to run Jen's and having 2 for me. So I just got rid of my one, because what Jen is doing is what's important tonight. So I will do that for you separately and then post a picture so you guys can see it finished. But I didn't want to take any of our, would it be bandwidth, Jen? Is that the right thing? Is it affecting my bandwidth for this?
Yes.
Let's see. I want to see this. Okay. Well, we can talk about that. You want to tell him about that when you make it too?
Yep.
And Jenny says hello.
Hello.
Julie, it's okay. There's a replay and it wasn't that long. Oh, and by the way, the B-Box video I put up is not very long either. It's like 15 minutes, you guys. So go through. Hey, Jessie Ann. Jessie Ann's going to be on with us again soon, and we're going to see a demo of a royal mix from More Than Cake.
Oh, nice.
She's going to do some string work for us this time, I believe. So we're really excited about that too. That's coming up, special guest appearance. And Jen, you take it away, and I'm going to go post some links. Okay.
So I'm going to, I guess, quickly show you I just made a mess. The mold that Amy is going to be posting. It is actually a 3-piece mold. And it makes a 3-dimensional bird. So
a big bird.
It's a big bird. It's pretty big. It's like the bottom, the top of the bird, and then its wings. We're just going to be doing this right today.
It's so pretty too. I actually thought when you sent that to me that it was really tiny. But when my mold arrived, it's enormous and it's very pretty.
Yeah. All right.
I really like it.
I'm going to quickly flip my camera.
All right, guys, I'm trying to drop that link on all of the live videos right now.
Okay.
But for sure it's under Seriously Sweet. For sure it's under the Amy Hicks. And now I'm going to try to drop it in Cookie Snack Attack. Is there anything else you want me to drop in there, Jen?
I don't think there's anything else that we need.
Okay.
I mean, my supplies are always small. And this is just for fun. And like you said, we were just testing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the royal icing, the moldable royal icing. And I will say that the mixture I used for this, and I did do this quite a few times, I do it a little bit drier than you normally would.
Okay.
I found the weight of this bird when it's a little bit softer. I'm going to do it almost in like a crumbly.
Okay. Show them how big that is in the palm of your hand. See how big that is, you guys? It's a big bird. It's really nice and detailed too.
So I noticed though, like you can see it's kind of squishy because the weight when it was too moist, the royal icing.
Like it sunk a little?
From the weight of it sitting down and drying, it kind of squat down. So I just going to do a couple of.
We could just say she was getting ready to have eggs.
I'm going to mix this up. I'm just using a pipette, and as you saw, I did not put a lot of water in to start. I'm going to do it a little bit at a time.
I do really enjoy this medium. I've used it for a lot of things, and I find that using it ahead of time, it allows me to do a lot of really detailed pieces ahead of time for bigger orders.
Yes. I mean, I did use the moldable royal icing on my birdhouse for Cookie-a-thon.
Oh, cool.
I just hadn't thought about trying to paint it. I just went right for the dry dusting. I didn't think about it until I showed you the pictures, and you're like, "Ooh, is that cocoa butter?" And I was like, "Oh, no, it's not."
You know what, though? You know what made me think of it? Do you remember the last cookie that you did at Cookie-a-thon? I believe we used blues and yellows.
So the last one I did was the ornament, the hanging ornaments.
In an elective, didn't we do one that was a flower and a hummingbird or something that was
Oh,
like
yeah. A Cookie Con.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cookie Con. Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
Cookie Con. Those colors made me think of that beautiful bluebird that's out around my house in the springtime.
Oh, nice.
So I thought, ooh, and that blending.
So I
Hey,
actually
Myra.
I have thought about trying to do a bluebird, because I do love bluebirds. They're very pretty. But I haven't found a picture that I like
I
that I
can't
want to
think
paint.
of. Yeah, but I didn't want to do a blue jay. I wanted to, I think it's a wren. Is it a wren that's blue and it has the yellow on the chest and all that?
I don't know my birds that well. All right. So now it's really crumbly.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to take this at this point, and I'm going to try and start.
Oh, this is Moldable Royal Icing that Matei came on and told us about several months ago. She is out of it on her site right now, but she's waiting on the date on when it's coming back in. But it is actually a mix for Moldable Royal Icing. Takes all the guesswork out of doing royal icing clay or just even adding the sugar to regular royal icing to get it to a good pliable consistency, because it acts very much like fondant. So we're testing tonight, Charlotte. You missed the beginning. What we're testing, this is Jen Moshier with us, and she is testing cocoa butter painting on the moldable royal icing. So we just wanted to see, we know it reacts very well with gel painting, airbrushing, and dry dusting, but no one had tested it with cocoa butter, and Jen does great cocoa butter painting. But you guys, you're watching closely, right? Because you start with less water, keep mixing. Too much water, then you're going to have to put a lot more product into it to get it to the what do you want to call that, Jen? The pliable consistency or the mold?
Yeah, I think it's like a putty or a dough consistency.
Yeah, it actually does feel like that. You're right. That's what it feels like. So thank you for testing this for us, Jen, because this is valuable information, because cocoa butter painting, if you haven't done Jen's elective yet at CookieCon, she's teaching this again. Are you Ohio and Florida?
I'm Ohio and Florida.
So you'll want to take it, because it's really interesting how cocoa butter works with these different mediums. And Jen makes it so easy. So if you're afraid of painting on a cookie, I 100 million, thousand, billions % recommend that you take this cocoa butter class, because she literally says it's like teaching a 5-year-old to paint for the first time. And yet when you get done, you look like you have this highly thought out artistic project. It's amazing. So
right.
jump in on that. And look, do you see how she's just mixing that?
And I do want this to be kind of crumbly, but not as crumbly as it is. So I just put like a little bit in at a time.
Now, did you test it in any molds that take a smaller quantity?
I haven't.
Okay, that's okay.
I mean, for the cocoa butter painting, no. I have
no,
done.
I mean just the icing, because I was gonna say.
Yeah, I made flowers for a cookie order, and it was amazing. And I did do a more wet consistency.
So just wanted to point out, this mold is deep and it's heavy. So when the bird's together, it's a heavy piece, so it gets squatty. And the reason you have to put it together while it's still wet is because she's going to blend the seams so that it looks like it's poured almost like a candle, really. It's really beautiful. Hey, Ashley, how are you doing tonight?
We're going to move this out of the way because all the crumbs are there.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to take our 2 pieces, and I did make some earlier today.
Maxine loved your class in Reno too, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
And her class is not quite full yet. So you guys, if you need an elective, jump in there. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure, Jen, that they know, if someone finds time to take a class, once we're at CookieCon, you can go to the desk, and if all the classes aren't full, you can get up to one more ticket sometimes.
Sometimes, depending on if they're full or not, and they have if they have a lot of tickets left, especially on the last day, which is when I teach, they tend to let you take another one. So I'm just putting a little bit of Crisco in the mold.
Okay, that is the trick too. We should tell them that, okay? Because you doing your normal thing like cornstarch dusting or dusting with powdered sugar, that's not going to work with this. The key is just very, very fine wiping of the mat with just the tiniest little bit of Crisco, as if you're just putting on lip gloss. It's a very, very small amount.
So I'm just kind of squishing it in to the mold. And this one might be a little drier than I did, but it's finding that happy medium is definitely going to be hard. I did a lot that were way too wet, and this one may be a little too dry, but it's okay.
I don't think I have my mold handy. Does that mold have little dots that line up?
So it looks like this has like a
lip.
A lip, so that when you go down,
it goes together.
Yeah. So we're going to leave that one there. Open up my other one that I made.
Honestly, when I opened mine, I thought they sent me the wrong thing because I thought it was fish. I did. I looked at it really quick and I was like, this is not what I ordered.
Yes. The one I made earlier was a little wetter. So that's kind of. But the reason too you want to dry it was I was finding when it's really wet, when trying to get it out of the mold, it was losing its shape. It was stretching the bird's head.
Gotcha.
So
Becky also said that your class was so fun, and then Charlotte is in your elective this time.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. It looked like a chicken leg to me. It does kind of look like a drumstick. Is that Priscilla? Who's making those comments? Because that's hilarious. I don't know.
Okay. Put a little bit more in. Because you want this full. All right, we're going to get this out of here.
So this is Moldable Royal Icing that's available on May's Shopify account. However, it is sold out right now.
All right. So this was the bird head. So what I did was I just did a little bit of water.
Okay.
To attach the 2 pieces together.
Okay. Chicken leg is Sally OL. So Sweet Sally from Florida tonight too, Jen. Hey, Sally.
So, yes.
Oh, and Allison thought it was a turkey, like when she saw the beginning of the video.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, look at that.
Lift it out. Okay. And the only reason I don't let it sit to dry in this overnight was so that I can play with the seam a little bit.
I gotcha.
And I'm just pushing out because it's so dry. The bird's head is now perfect.
So cute.
There is a beak inside of that, but you can't get it in there. So I just kind of pinch the beak again.
I gotcha.
You have a beak. You can
Does it have like graining and feathers and all that? Is that showing?
Yeah. So can you see that?
Oh yeah, lots of
you
detail.
Can see the little eyes that are on the mold.
So cute.
So I mean, I don't want to. You can push. I mean, with it a little dry, it is going to be hard to completely get rid of that seam. But what I did was I took like one of my, and I just kind of blended.
I gotcha.
Made new little tick marks.
So you really didn't need any tools beyond just a normal cookie scribe, right?
Yeah. Or something sharp just to be able to blend it and put those stripes back in, the feather markings back in.
Wow.
I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but
So cute. And Maxine says, wow, that is so awesome. Now I'll play with it. So glad you caught this.
so that
Maxine,
is.
the key is how much water. Look at that cute bird.
So that's the
So,
bird. And obviously this is gonna, you can't paint on it right now. It needs to dry overnight. But I
okay.
mean, you could potentially,
I was
put
going
it
to
on a
ask you that.
mold
Mm-hmm.
and let it dry, like put it over something, give it some movement.
Okay.
When I
Blending,
first did
blending,
this,
blending. What she says, name that movie. What movie is that?
oh God, what is that? And we're blending. Oh God, I can't remember. I've seen it and I can't think of it.
I don't know which one that is. But
Um,
that is so pretty.
so I did this, painted my bird or dusted it, and then I did the feathers, put them on and dusted them. So at least you had I was able to get the feathers standing off,
Mm-hmm.
so that you had the paint, the color underneath the wings and all that.
And once it was dry, you did not need any additional support in that tail, right?
Nope. So you can see this is one I made a couple of days ago. I mean,
Wow, he's
it got
perfect.
squat because it was too wet, but
Mm-hmm.
that tail is just staying.
Oh, here's the bird, Jen. The bird is what is the bird? It says yellow breasted blue tit.
Oh, is that the mold says?
No, that's what the bird is I was thinking of,
Oh.
because when I saw the shape, it looks like that. And that's the bird. That's so funny though.
Oh yes, blended. It's called Blended. Allison just wrote. Yes, I definitely remember. I love that movie with Adam Sandler and why can't I think Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, now I know that. And this also looks like the shape for a blue finch. You could do a blue finch.
I think you could probably do a lot of different birds. This is a very, generic bird shape.
It's very, very pretty. Now, if anybody finds a cardinal mold, please let me know. I need a cardinal mold for something, and I haven't found a good one that's like this yet. Okay, Allison said, okay, I see it.
Ooh.
Oh, and Mimi said she loved your class in Reno and the smell was amazing. I know she has the best smelling classroom. You walk by and you think they're in there making chocolate.
So Jen, you have this mold and use it with isomalt. I'd be afraid because these are one of those really
Yeah, that I was going to
flimsy.
ask if you actually had tested it before anybody
I
else
hadn't.
does it and ruins one. Mine is really flimsy. Like it doesn't feel like isomalt
Yeah,
quality
it doesn't.
silicone.
I'm very curious
I
now.
mean, yeah, me too, but I don't want to ruin mine.
No, but I think if Jennifer says she's used it with isomalt.
So Jen, comment back so we know if you've already, Jennifer Harding Hill, that if you've actually already used it, and if you have, oh, she says she uses it all the time. That mold.
Really?
Yeah, I use it all the time. Used it for one this weekend. That's cool.
Interesting.
So Jen, what did you do? Pour the bottom and the top separately and then waited until they were just kind of tacky to put yours together? Because I mean, I'm guessing with the isomalt, you can't pull it out right away, can you? And she's going to grab
No.
a picture for us. Thank you. I appreciate you contributing to the stream there. That's awesome.
Yeah, you have to wait because you can't pull it out right away. Maybe I'll have to go play with it now.
And she said correct. So doing
Yeah.
it that way, doing the two pieces, let it set up a little bit and then put it together. I guess you could get rid of that seam once it's totally cooled in the ice malt by torching it and then scoring it, right? Couldn't you do that?
Yeah.
And she said I let it get completely set, then the torch to meld. Oh, nice.
Got
Okay,
it.
cool.
Got it. All right. So now I'm going to put a little bit of, I have already melted cocoa butter.
I love this. Oh, you probably should give them a link for the cocoa butter again when we get done.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you so you can put it in your shop.
Okay. And she said she does the scribe just like you just did.
Okay.
I bet that's pretty. Jen's going to be playing with that. Do you have a class this weekend, Jen, or can you do that this weekend?
I have a cookie order I have to do this weekend.
I gotcha.
I have 50
Look at you guys, the cocoa butter. That's just dry dust and cocoa butter.
Yep.
And look at what she's doing with it.
I just put a little too much, but that's okay. So I use crystal colors, but you can use, let that focus. I
I know
use,
it's funny,
you can
isn't it?
use any powder. It's fine. It'll work. So I'm just going to start painting on the bird.
Now that's one that's been overnight though, right? It's
Yeah.
already dry.
Yeah. This is overnight. So I will say what I did not like about the cocoa butter is I'm not seeing the definition of all those little
Of the little scores and
feathers.
marks.
Yeah. You kind of lose it. Um, when I was dusting it, because that's how I first did this
Mhm.
bird, it picked up the dust, picked up those little pieces so much better.
Okay, so Jessie Ann says pulling after pulling the isomalt and then putting in like putty, casting could be too hot potentially. And Jen has a link up for us for the Instagram for her. She says it's the link, and if you zoom, you can see the bird, and you'll post a screenshot. Thank you, guys. Um, Jen, how did you attach the wings?
I just how did I do it? I just wet them.
And attached it like after or before painting?
No, so before painting, right after I pulled it out of the mold and it still had that little bit of, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't 100% dry.
Right.
I had dusted the bird, then did the wings and attached them right after I pulled them out of the mold and let them dry on the bird
Oh,
before I
wow.
then colored the wings.
Okay, cool. I
So
have to say I do like how that looks on there though. I mean, from what I can see here on the computer screen, it's great coverage.
it is great coverage, but it doesn't blend as well. I
Okay.
will say that. So
It
like if I put this on, it doesn't. So what the key is, the way I teach with the royal icing, putting on the hot cocoa butter
Mhm.
onto an already done one, even if it's dry,
Mhm.
it blends better because it remelts the cocoa butter that's under it.
Okay.
And
I
this one, I mean, it's
wonder.
blending a little bit, you can see, but not at all like it does on royal icing.
Okay, but let me offer a thought on that because I found the same thing when I was painting mine with Everclear and dry dust. When my pieces were more than 12 hours set up, I actually see it's like fresh drywall if anybody is familiar with construction stuff or painting fresh drywalled house, it just sucks everything in. And there's a big body of product in the middle of that because it's a big bird. Maybe
Mm.
if you sealed it first with just non-colored cocoa butter,
Mm.
that might work. That could be a mad scientist night, but I did find that I had to do more layers when I was painting because it was just sucking in the moisture.
Right.
And on one of the pieces I did, it had some like little delicate spindly things that came off of it. And
Mm-hmm.
it kept sucking it in. So I kept painting. And of course, those broke off because it went total liquid on me again, right? It broke it down. I love this. This is so pretty. Do you think this is like super good therapy? Right.
For me, painting is like I just kind of get in a zone and it's very relaxing to me.
I love it. And I liked the thing that you photographed it with. Was that your inspiration for your colors?
No, it was
Just
just a photo prop thing one of my photo props.
okay. Just something you had around that was handy, huh?
Yep. Okay. So, I mean, cocoa butter paintings really. So, if
Oh,
you're taking my class in Reno, or not Reno, in Ohio or Florida, this is how we paint. This is
yeah.
it. Like
Love
it's
it.
not. This is how I cocoa butter paint. No skill involved. You slap down some color and you move it around.
Jennifer Harding Hill is saying she can't figure out how to attach the picture from your phone. But Jen, I think when you want to put a picture in the comments, you have to do it after the live stream ends. It's just kind of something about this. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing? I hope you are well tonight. Jessie works why won't this come up? There we go. I work with this and it's a great mold for most mediums. Yeah, it's such a pretty bird too. I kind of was like after this one came in, I was looking around for like one sitting in a different position because
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, this would be really, really neat to have like a whole set of these little guys. They're so cute. And Becky wants smell-o-vision right now. I don't blame you. In a PM. Okay, let me see if I can grab it, Jen, and I'll drop it in. She sent a picture
Okay.
through Messenger, so I'm going to try to grab that. Any pitfalls about doing this, Jen?
No, I mean, I did notice like this one, it's very, I guess, greasy. It doesn't dry the same as it did on Royal Icing. Like I
Okay.
feel like I could, if my hands got too hot, I think it'll come off really easy. And
Oh.
I think also it picked up a lot easier than it does on the Royal Icing. Like, you know how Royal Icing, if you have too many layers and too much cocoa butter, it is eventually going to pick up the colors and you'll get back to seeing just white.
I
And I
gotcha.
found it did that a lot quicker and easier on here.
Mm.
But I mean, it's still, you know, like I'm getting some nice blending and it's getting nice shading and coloring.
Okay, that's really pretty. All right, Jennifer Harding Hill, I'm dropping in your picture in the comments. Well, I hope to. Is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me while we're live, but I will drop it in the comments on Seriously Sweet, on the Amy Hicks page, and on the Cookie Snack Attack page as soon as the live stream is over, because that's what the problem is. It's because we're live streaming. Debbie is saying, so I usually drink wine when I paint because it helps so much. Maybe there's hope for me with this.
Yeah.
Maybe. Also, Jessie Ann is saying with isomalt, it can be hollow. Pour in the mold, pour out the extra, then let it set, put 2 parts together, then paint. That's a cool idea too.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever collect those? They were made with cobalt blue glass, little birds just like this. I think that's why I was so attracted to this bird, actually. They were like just little like paperweights for your desk. They were super popular back in the 90s. Do you have any of those?
No.
I probably have some of those packed up around here. But it was this shape and about that size, and they were done with blue glass.
So there you go.
That is gorgeous.
I mean, what did that take us? 10 minutes, if that?
Oh, I can't believe it. All right. Now, do you have one that you're willing to give up the ghost for, where you can go until it starts picking up the colors so they understand what you're talking about?
Yeah.
If they haven't done this before. And let's look at some stuff. So Barbie has posted a link for another mold here. That's good. Bluebird of Happiness. Jen knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Jennifer Harding Hill there. Thank you, because that is the name. Fine print mold is oven safe to 400 Fahrenheit. Okay, I'm gonna try mine now that you guys are saying that, but I would be totally shocked if mine survives, because it just feels like that mine feels like that super flimsy stuff.
So you can actually see right here.
Oh yeah, see guys, can you see that up close? Let me take the comment away. Where, see,
right
it's
here,
going back down to the bottom.
You can see it's taking the color away.
I wonder why.
I mean, it does on the Royal Icing cookies too. It's just after a while, the pigment just gets lifted out because the cocoa butter's there and warm, and it's just
okay.
If you work it too much, that's just what happens.
Oh, but boy, that blending on there, that's beautiful. Jennifer Harding Hill is saying she even hit it with the torch and it just turned white on the edge, but it was fine. The mold.
Okay.
The mold. So maybe we should try to, did anybody bake a cookie in the mold now that you're talking about it? Because you should be able to do a mold at like 310, 320 and do sugar cookie dough in there. I wonder if we could get an actual cookie bird.
That's going to be a lot harder to unmold while it's still hot and get the two halves together and blended.
Do you think where the wings go on, though, you could kind of hide it?
So hold on. Let me go get
Jessie Ann is saying she did do that. How'd that turn out, Jessie Ann? Tell us about that in the comments, please. Let's keep this show rolling and share info tonight.
Unfortunately, it is attached. So, I mean, the wings do cover
Jen,
a lot
can
of
you
it,
hold
but
that?
the front, you're never going to get that covered.
I gotcha.
The wings, yes, could cover the back of the body.
I gotcha.
But not the front.
Wow. Your birdhouse is beautiful, by the way. In case you haven't
Thank
seen
you.
Jen's announcement, that is her cookie-a-thon piece. Cookie-a-thon coming up here, not very, not, not very distant future. Like, I feel like it's just gonna be here. That's so cute.
So I got the mold for that. That was my purpose of the mold, why I wanted a 3D bird. And I wanted to just try and do it with royal icing so that the whole house was royal icing and not no fondant on it.
Right. I gotcha.
So the other thing, let me just get a couple of different brushes.
So I was shocked when I walked into Jen's elective the first time because I'd never done anything with cocoa butter, no cocoa butter painting. And when I walked in, there was heating pads all over the classroom. Like you and the person sitting next to you shared a heating pad because that little paint palette she just had. If you're going to be painting for a while, you can just get that all set up with your cocoa butter and your dust and set it on a heating pad, just a regular heating pad like you use on your back, and it'll stay warm and you can just keep painting.
Which I have my heating pad.
And I was like, whoa, what are we about to do in here? Look at that. So it was awesome. Oh, Jennifer Harding Hill is saying best tip ever was that heating pad.
Thank you.
Because it's relaxing. If you want to paint and you've got a lot of colors going on, it's difficult to like do one, go back, like then you lose the blending part and all of that. So it was great to have that. And did I show you guys this yet? For the cocoa butter painting, this palette, which I think I found at Michael's. Have you seen this yet, Jen? Did I show this to you or send you a picture? It's a square.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's super thin. And it's got 4 sections of 9. So you can set up a whole cocoa butter palette. And then once it cools, it would harden up. That way
you would have every color.
It. And it's thin enough. It's just a little bit thicker than those. Hold on. Than those disposable paint palettes. Can you guys see that? Trying to keep it where it's locked like it's me so it stays in the photo.
The beauty is you could, right? Like if you take this off the heat, these will harden. Like they'll dry, they'll harden back out. But all you have to do is put it back on the heating pad.
Yep.
It'll take a little while to remelt them, but it will.
You can just keep going.
Yeah.
But I got several of these because I set this up. I set one of these up with my Everclear and my dust, and then I set one up with some cocoa butter. It was only like $5, I think. It was $5 or $5.99. It was cheap.
So I did want to show the difference between the cocoa butter and the dusting. And
oh yeah,
I like the dusting better with this mold. These are cocoa butter.
I bet we're going to see all that cool detail. Let's read some comments real quick too. I used it on low for fondant and isomalt as well now since Jen shared it at CookieCon. Look at Jen. Look at all the lives you're affecting. Hey, Tina. We're glad you're here. Don't ever worry about being late. There's always replay.
So you can see
you later.
It went into these ridges so much nicer than the cocoa butter did.
That's fabulous. It was hollow. Then you had to use your imagination and glue together with isomalt to scrape the sides with something textured. Okay. All right, cool. Talking about isomalt there. Look at that. The detail's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I definitely preferred the dust on this.
Now, did you try the cocoa butter on any of them when they were still slightly wet? Like, did it suck it up?
I didn't, but we have a slightly wet one that we can. I mean, the blending is definitely harder with dust.
Okay.
Than it is with the cocoa butter. Like, I definitely got a nicer blend. But let's. All right. Since we're doing Mad Scientist.
Yeah. I was just going to say, you know what I'm about to ask you to do, right?
It's okay. It's all good.
Those birds are so cute. Look at that.
I don't think I have enough.
So pretty. All right. Now, I don't know how it's going for all of the rest of you all over the country, but we're supposed to be It's February. We should be having snow. We haven't had one good snow here yet, which is fine. I am not complaining. I'm just making a statement of fact. Okay. We had a little dusting, no big deal. But I am so concerned because all my daffodils, tulips, crocus, all of those things that I planted last year are coming up. They're already like 6 inches up out of the ground in just the last couple of days. My tiger lilies, like all of that is popping up. And I'm so worried we're going to have a massive ice or snowstorm and I'm going to lose all those. How are you doing where you are, Jen? Are your flowers and all that coming up? These birds have me thinking flower beds.
We didn't plant any in the new house yet.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So you'll be okay for another year, right?
Yeah, I just have bushes, that's all. And a couple of flowering bushes, but I don't know if I'm going to plant flowers or not.
Charlotte said she just woke up to dusting of snow in the Seattle area. It's just so weird. Easier to show than to explain. I was talking about using the cookie dough and putting together with the isomalt. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay, perfect sense, Jessie Ann. Thank you for that.
So it does look like when it's not completely dry, you actually can get into those little
and they show
better. Yeah.
I guess the real test will be, what does it look like tomorrow when it's fully dry?
I'll take a picture and we'll post it. Yeah,
you can really see the detail though. I'm glad you're the one doing the painting. But this is very therapeutic to just watch how you're blending your colors and where you're placing them, by the way. Deborah says her buttercups are blooming already. See, today it was almost 70. Mom and I went for a pretty long walk today.
It was 60 here.
Wow. It's so weird that it's middle of February. I'd just for the record though, if we're going to get snow, I'd rather get it now. I don't want to mess with it in March.
I hope not in March. That'd be really late.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Although I will say, for the last few years, we have gotten it in March because the national capital always used to be
the
last weekend in March, and it always snowed. Always.
Barbie says 80 degrees in Houston. All right, rub it in. Look at that. Okay, I can see. Can you go up just a smidge higher? I can see a lot of detail in that though.
Yeah.
That's the one that you just molded tonight for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tulips. Somebody else's tulips are coming up already. You're in Utah, right, Camille? I feel like you're in Utah. I'm just, I like doing the bulbs because I like for them to be the first flowers that come up and you don't have to go out there and do any work, right? Usually when they're popping through, but I'm just afraid it's going to cold snap them.
So this is the one bad thing. The tail's breaking because, it's, it's not
dry yet.
Yeah.
Can you prop him up? Maybe and save him?
Yeah, I can still save him. I'll put him off to the side.
So cool.
There we go. But as you can see, so this was this was the thicker or, drier, and this was the wetter. You can see how squat he got.
Oh, yeah. One of them definitely looks like it's sitting on eggs, and the other one looks like it's perched, doesn't it?
Yes. So, like, the drier the moldable royal icing is, the less squat it will get.
Okay. Compression.
The compression, yeah, because it's already almost dry at that point. So
that's so funny. What a great test, though. I'm so glad you tried that on there.
That's the whole thing.
I love it.
Not much to it.
No, but it's a good test so that we know, because it doesn't mean you always have to do it with dry dust, or you always have to do it painting with gels and Everclear, or you always have to do it with cocoa butter. There's a time and a place for all of these things, and it's just important we know how they react. Right? Yeah. So that if we're for someone like Jen who likes to go on the competitive shows, then she can pull that out of her cookie toolbox arsenal and be like, "Oh, I know how to get that look."
Yeah.
Because she's already tested it. So it is about practice and testing, guys, and having fun with the stuff. I mean, you own the stuff, use it.
Yeah. And I love the moldable royal icing. I'm so glad you and Maite showed it to us.
So that stuff is amazing for so many things. I don't want to make the whole demo about that because this was really about you and the cocoa butter. But
that's okay.
But that product, I really, really like that product. Like for many reasons. More things will be coming up this summer that we're going to use it for. I'm not even gonna spill a secret, Jen. I'm not even gonna tell anybody what I've been doing with it. But if you watch often, then you know I'm super into learning everything I can learn about gingerbread this year. That was one of my goals. So let's just say that.
Yeah.
Well, can you switch and come back on camera?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to tell everybody about either the bird, the mold, the cocoa butter, your elective class that's coming up? Anything you want to share that's coming up for local people that might be watching in your area?
So, I do monthly classes, but they're they're more beginnerish, I guess you could say. Or if you just wanted to come out and have a good night with your girlfriend.
She does the sip parties without the sip.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for showing this. I appreciate it. Is there anything CookieCon we want to talk to them about? Is there anything that we were talking about that we wanted to talk about? You guys can't go by my memory these days because I'm like running 3 different life plans all on the same track. Like it's like it's triple decker status going on here, and all the trains are moving at different speeds.
I know I missed the beginning of your live this morning because I had a work call.
Work getting in the way of our cookie life. What's happening?
Facebook user, yes, I will be in Orlando as well.
I just did this. That's all I did was I used my.
Yeah, but you said something about the Cookie Snack Attack meetup. I caught like
the menu. Do you want me to tell them about that really quick?
Sure.
And everyone is saying thank you. They love this demo.
You're welcome.
So we're having a mixer. It's going to be on Thursday evening, 6 to 8. It's limited to 60 people. So once the menu is finalized for the place that we're going, you'll have to do your form, sign up, and pay so that we can prepay for everything so that they'll have our food ready when we get there, because obviously it's a big resort and we're going to be coming in at dinner time and we need to get in and out, have our event, and then get to the opening, right? Because that's the opening.
No, it's the mixer night.
Oh, yeah. We need to get to the games, the vendor sponsored games, right? Is that what it's called? Vendor mixer. So we want to do ours then and then get out. And the reason we're doing it that night is because a lot of people missed it last year. Do you know last year I went back and looked at the pictures and the tables? We still had 50 people. And it was on Tuesday night, like the very first night, like not even everybody was there yet. So that's why I'm saying it. 45 people have already said for sure they're signing up, and to attend it, you have to, okay, let me say yes, because the room only holds 60. So to attend it, you do have to sign up and you do have to do something on the menu. Okay. And to do the gift exchange, you have to be in that mixer if you want to do the cookie snack. Now you can exchange with your cookie snack attack friends outside of that, obviously, but to be in that where it's going to be super organized, like there's going to be 61 bags, everybody's name on a bag that signed up. And we're just going to take what we brought and go right down through there quickly so we don't eat up a lot of time doing this. And we're just going to right down through there and drop one of our gift items in each of the bags. And we're going to be in a line and just everybody's going to go down through there and then circle around. Once everybody's put everything in, you should be back in line and you'll go back and get your bag. And then we can go to our seats, have our dinner. So I think it's going to be fun. And that menu was very affordable.
Good.
And the benefit of being able to have our stuff ready to be coming to us right when we get there that night is going to be.
That is nice.
That's going to be a benefit for that night in particular, because nobody wants to miss the games.
No, they're fun.
Yeah, that was a really fun night. Now we still have to have our I forget what I was calling it, but we still need to have our night, our little our panel
Oh,
where we're going
yes.
to chat about all things CookieCon and give out tips, like packing a suitcase, pack your stuff in a suitcase and then put that into a bigger suitcase so you have an empty suitcase when you get to CookieCon. We're going to talk about like staying hydrated. We're going to talk about having power bars and snacks. There was all kinds of stuff that we were coming up with, like tips for first time attendees and stuff.
Because
So
restaurants get crazy because
yes,
you've got 900 people trying to eat at the same time.
And we should talk about what happened in Dallas about people's cards, because I really, I know a lot of you don't like to carry cash, but the headache's not worth it when you get home if your card gets wiped.
Ohio doesn't take cash. So
What?
that was one of the things. There was a post about it.
Oh.
And I was a little worried because of the incident in Dallas. I only use cash. So supposedly they have a machine on site that you can load your cash into a prepaid credit card.
Oh, all right.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, just to protect your regular cards. It was a pretty big hassle last time. Like, I think almost everyone I know that I personally know that went, almost everyone had something. Barbie, the menu should be finalized in just the next couple of days. I really felt like I was going to be done by today, but it's not. But be looking for it by this weekend. And if you signed up in that first posting that I put up, be watching your messenger, because I'm going to message you guys first.
Oh, okay? That's nice.
Just because you guys signed up and I kept a list. So I'll be messaging you guys first and sending you a PDF of the menu and and the tip is built in, you guys. So when you do your sign up and you pick your food, the sales tax rate's going to be there. And then the minimum tip is going to be there. So you'll be paying all of that up front. So you don't have to pay for anything when you get there. The only thing that I don't see on here yet is like sodas. So I don't know if they just forgot to put that on the preliminary thing or what. So I have a call into them about that. But I'm seriously hoping this is what I'm hoping happens, you guys. Please, God, make it easy for me. I'm hoping it's going to be a checklist. Pick your drink, pick your main food if you want a main food, pick your dessert if you want a dessert. Pricing over here, you guys add it up, add the tax, add the tip, give a total, and you're going to PayPal me through friends and family so nothing gets taken out of it. And I'm just going to collect the money and then send it to them so it's done. There'll be no changes. I'm just saying this right up front so no one gets mad at me. This is not a thing we can afford to be fooling around with and changing and spend a lot of time on. Time is tight right now. So there's no changes. And no refunds. So that means if you can't go, then you have to contact me and tell me somebody else's name and they can come in your place. But we're still limited to that 60 people in that room. Okay. So just be conscious about that. Let's see. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know because it's not on the thing that they sent me so far, Becky. I don't know. And I know that it's Belux Grill and Bar. So somewhere in there's a bar. So someone did ask me that drinks wine if they were going to have wine on this pre-order thing. It's not going to be on the pre-order thing because you have to go to the bar to order it and show your ID and all of that. So you'll have to do that separately. But I'm hoping that we've got, water or soda or whatever, and then the food or a dessert, like just so you can put that part together so it's done. But I will be finding out about the Pepsi versus Coke because I asked about the sodas. That's funny. All right. So Jen, I did not tell him what I'm doing for Cookie-a-thon yet. I just
so you kept asking and I'm like, I was trying to do work and listen at the same time. Like, did I miss it?
No, you didn't. After I did it, like I'm trying to be more careful about lumping too many things in one video. So I'm going to do a reveal tomorrow. Just whenever my mom's taking a nap, I'm going to pop in here and do a reveal of what my Cookie-a-thon piece is. The part that's going to be the free part, right? Because Cookie-a-thon, let's just talk about this real quick because a lot of people don't know or don't understand. understand how it works. Cookie-a-thon itself is free for the first 24 hours that a tutorial is up. If you can take off work and sit home and you can just watch everything and make notes, and you're good at like that kind of memory and recall and stuff, you don't have to pay for extended access. But extended access comes with bonus videos, and in my case you're getting a whole second tutorial because we're using all the same stuff, but we are it's a flip. It's not an exact flip. I forget what I called it earlier, but we're using all the same cookies and making something else with them that's spring related. Okay. So that's only for the extended access ticket holders. Plus extended access, you get access to everything a week early. You get all the printouts of the supply list. You get printouts of the agendas. I mean, you get so much extra stuff. And I think
a lot of times you get STL files.
Yeah, and STL printer files. There's all kinds of freebies in there. So to me, it's totally worth it. If I was not teaching and I had to pay, it would be totally worth it because I would want all that stuff, and you get a year's access to that after the fact. So if you're not committed somewhere, I do have an affiliate link for you to sign up under, because that helps us pay for like 3 months worth of live streaming expenses. So I have an affiliate link. It's pinned under featured and or the pin section on all of my pages. If you're ready to go sign up, I want to say it's like $64 or $67 this time.
67 this
okay,
year.
because isn't there 67 tutorials and or sponsor things?
I don't think she knows the count yet, because it all depends
on. Oh, look, Barbie just put something up. Hold on. It says Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sierra Mist, Dr. Pepper.
So it's a Pepsi.
Okay. All right, so that answers that. Hey, Vicky, how are you? Glad you could join us. Vicky, I had something I wanted to ask you, but with my brain, I can't remember what it was right now, so I'll be messaging you later. It was something. Oh, I know. It was about your printer. I wanted to ask you and Jen both. I'll probably message you together in a joint messenger about your, is it Munbun?
Mm-hmm.
Your Munbun printer. I had a question about that for you guys, but I'll hit you up for that later.
I love my bun.
You do?
I print all my my ingredient labels.
Yes, I wanted to ask about that for doing stickers for Cookie Con, like what the cost it would be, do you think, for stickers?
It's just basically the roll of
labels.
Yeah.
Because it's thermal, like isn't it thermal, right?
1,000 labels.
It's thermal, isn't it? It's not inkjet. So it's, yeah. And so I think it might pay for itself for me to do that, because I just priced getting stickers to go, because I'm being I don't know what the right language is. I'm tired, you guys. I am a sponsor at Cookie Con in Ohio this time. So we've got a cute little bag we're putting together. Allison's helping me with, and I wanted to put a sticker in there. But it was so expensive, even pricing out 1,000 stickers.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. So I thought, well, maybe if I buy the printer and buy the labels, then it would pay for itself.
Just realize that it's black and white, right? Because it's thermal.
Yeah, but they have pink stickers.
They do have pink
stickers. They do have pink stickers. They do. I saw them. I checked that out.
I should probably use the light blue, but the problem is, like, so I get here, I can show you my labels. I don't have my ingredient, but I have like my logo I get printed because they're color.
Right.
And I do for my cottage laws, I have to have my logo, my name, my phone number, my permit number, and then I have to have my ingredients.
Right.
So I do all the common stuff that would be the same for every product on one label.
Gotcha.
And then I print my ingredients on my Munbun printer so that I can I can change it out, and I don't have to spend the cost of buying 1,000 labels of my vanilla cookie or my strawberry cookie, something maybe that I'm only going to print, 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's where I have,
Maxine does hers, laser printer, order my labels from online labels, cheapest you've found. All right, I'll check into that too.
Munbun where I got my thermal ones.
I already put the pink one in my shopping cart, Barbie. But you know what? I really feel like I could kick myself, because Vicky told us about this at retreat. She even brought one and showed it to us. We talked about the regular versus the Bluetooth, all of that. And it was on sale at the time. So I'm hoping maybe us talking about this in the live stream tonight, the algorithm will pick it up and all of us will get like codes tomorrow that commented for a discount on that printer, because it was actually a very reasonably priced printer.
Well, because it's Black Friday sale.
Oh, so is that, oh, you mean that's what it was then? But don't we have a holiday coming up? We have something this month because Brian has an extra day off. So there's something.
President's Day?
I don't know.
President's Day is Monday.
So, well, oh yeah. So then there'll probably be a sale. So let's check it out.
President's Day there might be.
If you find a sale, post it in the Cookie Snack Attack group. But I'm thinking it might pay for itself to do what I need for this time.
Well, so the other thing that I've said to you, because you print all these shipping labels, you can print your shipping labels on the Mum Bun.
Yes, yes.
They make, 4x6.
Where you can run them out.
Did you ever look into pirate ship?
Yes, and then something happened that I can't talk about on camera, and I haven't gone back to it. But it is in my notebook to still be done. It's just not on the big high priority list. Okay. Like, I don't want Nancy Westfall to be mad at me, so I am finishing what I have to finish tonight. I have to just go back and edit that, right? I want to be ready for my class Saturday because it's a more advanced class, so I've been focusing on that. Then I have this other piece that I can't show you guys that I'm so excited about that I've been working on. That was really kicking my butt. I'll just be honest about it. It really was just not happening. And then it just all of a sudden started happening because I'm that person that keeps telling you guys, try at least 3 times before you give up. And the third time was like, voila.
I have to start working on my Cookie Con entries.
Yeah. And I want to bring some stuff for Cookie Con because I'm driving this time. So I want to do that. And I feel like,
I'll probably enter my birdhouse.
And you're going to enter what?
I'll probably enter the birdhouse, even though it's too many cookies, just to have it there.
Wait, but isn't there an area where you can just show stuff too? Like just bring it to show? I thought I read something about that. Maybe that was in Texas.
I mean, you could I can enter it, get my raffle ticket, and I'll get disqualified because it's more than 6 cookies, but
you get your raffle ticket.
It's there.
I know. And frosting, I have to work on my frosting. I want to do my final set of cookies for my Frosting Creators of San Antonio piece because it's neat. I always try to bring you guys something that like isn't all over the place. And I think this will be something interesting to you. That piece, because it's pearls and lace. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if you like it or not. Oh, and guess what, Jen? So Allison is on the ball, and she's also doing a little bit of pottery now. She's doing our cookie cutters for us. But in our bee bird and bee box and daisy, can you guys see that? In the bee box and daisies, there's a fondant mold that we're using this mold to make our piece on our plaque cookie. But this is ceramic, and this is what the winner of, we're going to have a drawing. You have to complete your cookies by a certain date. It'll be posted in the group on Saturday. This is what you're going to win as your prize this time. Allison made this. Isn't it pretty? She will sell them, but they take a lot of time. So they're $20 a piece. It's about a 3-inch ceramic ornament. It's beautiful. So she will sell them if you want them, even if you're not in that class. But I mean, she's just killing it. It's just nice when all your skills line up. And so we're working on something else. So this was a test run for something else. Wait, let me see what this says. This is over the top cookie terminology. To me, sounds so exciting. Can't wait for the discussion to explain all about Cookie Con. I don't even know what we said, but okay, we got you. It's so pretty, right? You guys do need that. So I always, Allison, are you still here? You can verify that I'm 100% telling the truth here. But I always give Allison these crazy challenges. Like in the middle of the night, stuff pops into my brain and I'm like, oh, I'd love to have that for one of our boxes. Or, oh, I'd like to have a more personalized gift or prize this time. And I call Allison at the weirdest times and I'm like, hey, do you think we could use this and do that? And she's like, what? And then somehow she figures it all out. So Anyway, Miss Jen, I so appreciate you coming on tonight and doing that testing for us. Is there anything you want to do soon? You want to think about something to do for springtime?
Well, I was gonna do Mother's Day. We were gonna do a cocoa butter
Oh,
pudding.
yes. Okay. All right. And
So I'm thinking of doing, just so if people wanted to maybe do it with me, I can try and prep it using from Bobby's Cutters. Jody Tills, has some rose cutters.
ooh.
So it's, the long stem
Yes,
roses.
yes.
So I was thinking we can, get a set of those.
And do the individual section dimensional icing ahead of time, and then do cocoa
Yeah,
butter painting.
we could do it as a 2-part tutorial if you want.
Yeah,
Where we
yeah, you could have.
ice it, and then another day we can
That sounds good.
paint it.
That sounds good. And Barbie loves that too. Wait, wrong one. Here we go. Barbie says yes. Okay, good. That sounds good. That sounds really fun. And Maxine, yes, we're gonna have a demo dipping cookies using glaze icing, because Maxine is like, she is the pro at that. I've never seen anybody do it cleaner or faster. And so she's going to do that. We couldn't get it together in time to do it for Christmas, but Maxine, yes. And I'd love to do it before Easter. And if you want to use like Easter eggs to do that, I think that'd be an awesome demo if you want to get ready for that. Just let me know what Tuesday would be good for you, and let's make sure it's before Easter and before Cookie-a-thon. And then Charlotte, yes, I have those roses too, in fact, but I have never made the cookies.
I'm actually thinking about this. We may have to do it after Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is like right after Cookie-ton.
Yeah, it's really close. Like no one's going to be functioning then, right?
So I mean, we can do. I mean, it would still be spring. And
well, but it's okay because it'll be May, right? It'll be May and June. We still need florals.
Yeah,
that's okay. I think that's fine. I think people just want to learn.
Yeah.
So anytime we bring it, I'm trying to make sure everyone knows. I need you to stop doing this thing. This is a thing that we all are getting hung up on. Most of us do it. I'll give 2% of you room to say that you're not in this group, but the rest of you, you're as bad as me, and you know we all do it. It is not always about the duplication and the absolute completion. Most of what we're trying to press to you in this group is to fill up your cookie toolbox, so that your brains just start utilizing all the things that are in your background and your skill set and bringing that to the cookie world so that it expands everyone's horizons. So this year you're supposed to be, we did discuss it at the beginning of the year, and a few of you are embracing it and a few of you have backslid already. I'm just going to say it because it's happening. So it is, you've got to focus. You've got to make your focus if you want to grow. Now, if you just want to do cookies and do exactly what everybody else is doing, that is cool. I'm 100% behind you if that's what you want to do. But when I surveyed certain people in the group, you said you wanted to grow. So if you really do want to grow, then you have to challenge yourself, and you have to embrace the techniques, and you have to actually practice, and you have to take it beyond what you did when you learned it and take it and use it somewhere else. That's like the whole thing, right? We want to keep moving forward and growing, because doing all the mad scientist stuff is totally worth it if you guys take it and then use it for something else. And especially if you bring it back to the group. And then also you're supposed to be embracing the imperfections this year. Remember? So it's only the 14th of February, and I feel like some of us have already given up on those. I don't want to call them resolutions, but those things we said we were all going to try to improve this year. So I'm just going to give you a reminder. I'll stop reminding you after Easter, because if you haven't embraced it by Easter, then I'm just not going to worry about it. I just want you to do your thing. Maxine says eggs would be perfect. Becky loves challenges. I know you do. I love it. I love that you just keep vaulting everything. Yeah, so that is 2023, so that we don't go crazy, because you guys are fantastic at just absolutely duplicating cookies, right? That's almost seems like it's not even a stretch for people these days, right? If you have a good instructor and it's really broken down, yeah, you can do that. But now what we want you to do is grow a little and then bring it back into the community, and let's level up. So 2% of you get a pass, but not the rest. So let's come back. Let's circle back and try it another time. Okay. All right, Jen, anything else tonight, my friend?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, well, thank you. This was
You're
so much fun.
welcome.
Thank you for sharing with us again. Hold on. I'm hoping get the project right that oh yeah, you're gonna, Debbie. I know you are. I know you are. I'm challenging myself right now, decorating 260 cookies in the next 3 days.
God
Like,
bless you.
even if you had an Eddie, that's a lot of cookies. Mimi, you got this, girl. You are prepared for this. I know
Wow.
you have done as much ahead as you can. Becky's saying thank you. Debbie's
You're
saying thank you.
welcome.
Mimi, I know you got it because you are a good planner. So I know anything you could have done ahead of time, you did it. I know you're not like last minute behind the 8 ball here. You're dying. Well, we're gonna pray for you. You're gonna get it. 260 cookies. Oh my gosh. Jen, wonderful demo.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Becky,
hope you guys play with cocoa butter. It's so much fun.
it is. And Jen, I don't know if we mentioned it, but you have an art background.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not know that, like the new people that are on right
No,
now.
so I actually went to college for graphic design. So I was an art major in college, and then didn't really like my job anymore and started programming. So now I'm a programmer.
Yeah. But she has to have a place to let her art out too, though.
Yeah, so that's where cake decorating and all that started.
Oh, all right. Well, let's let them go. Thank
Yeah.
you. And we will catch up with all of you later. And it was a fabulous Tutorial Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed everything today, and we will see you later this week. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.